On this week's Throwdown, we have Allie Beaver and the real McGoldrick, Brandy McGoldrick, demoing the workout. How dare you?
Wait, you didn't do the alliterations. We've got dumbbell walking lunge, dumbbell power cleans, toes to bar, and bar muscle ups.
We release these workouts every Thursday at 1 p.m.
On YouTube. Join our entire community to practice the skill of competing.
Use the next 2 days to plan a strategy, grab some friends, and throw down on Saturday.
See where you stack up each week on our Throwdown leaderboard. It's free to sign up. Go to trainingthinktank.com/throwdown.
This week's Throwdown is an open repeat, CrossFit Open Workout 17.2.
As my friend Mia already stated, this is an open retest, so go to games.crossfit.com and download the standards so you know what to do in this workout.
This week's demo athletes are Brandy McGoldrick and Allie Beaver. Brandon, tell us a little bit about Allie.
Allie has been an athlete of mine for 5.5 years. Thank you for all the loyalty, Allie. She just moved here a year ago. She's a regional level athlete. She's great at all the endurance and barbell cycling work in the sport. However, her gymnastics is a focus, so that is what we're working on right now. Let's see how she does with the bar muscle ups. You have to talk about Brandy.
Brandy is my wife. She's the mother of my son. All around great gal.
A really great gal. This week is the games. It's the top 5 males and females. We have Noah out there, so make sure to give him some love this week if you can.
All those Noah fans, tag him. He loves that kind of stuff. Cheer him on inside his little bubble.
Post your score to the leaderboard.
Let's go see their strategies. Stick around to the end and we'll go over these splits.
Strategy, please.
Well, the words of Brandon Dorman, who is my coach, go fast on the dumbbell movements and break up the gymnastics or you won't have a chance.
So that's your strategy?
Yeah. No, so I'm gonna probably try to go unbroken on the lunges, do my power clean, 8 right into the lunges until I get tired, maybe 7 drop once, 1 power clean lunge, and then gymnastics, I'm gonna break toes to bar into 4s. First round of bar muscle ups, I'll probably do 2s, see how the second round goes, and then just see how far I can get.
And what's the station that plays all the hits?
I don't know.
Strategy, please.
I am going to lunge unbroken, dumbbells on my shoulders. I'm going to do 4s on toe to bar as long as I can. I am going to do 7-1 or 6-2 on the dumbbell cleans. And then once I get to the bar muscle up rounds, I'll probably do doubles and singles.
What's the station that plays all the hits?
United Performance Rock Station.
No one ever knows the answer. I'm surprised someone answered this time.
Great job, Brandy.
Yeah, let's just start off with saying what a great gal Brandy is. Overall great gal.
Did you do something bad today?
Yeah, are you allowed to talk in this or are you just going to get in trouble?
I don't know. I'm just going to say nice things.
This was my least favorite open workout in 2017.
I was going to open with that too. That easily this is a top 3 least favorite.
It's definitely, there are limitations everywhere if you go out too hot or if you don't know your pacing strategy for, like, let's say even the toes to bar. If you get to that 5th round, I know a lot of good athletes start just blowing up there. So definitely got to plan out ahead of time. I think both of them had a really good strategy to go fast in the lunges and then try to break up the gymnastics movements.
Yeah, right off the bat, Allie was pretty far ahead of Brandy on that first lunge. Like, that was a pretty significant amount for only 50 feet. Like, she was like 10 feet ahead or so.
Allie does a really good job, and this is probably because Brandon is her coach, of going out fast in workouts and just banking time.
Yeah.
And I know this because I go against her all the time, and she always starts out way faster, and then most of the time I can't close the gap because not that she's getting any further, she just opened that gap at the beginning and then just kind of holds it.
You know, there's a little bit of a mind game in that too, right? Like when someone goes out faster than you were expecting and it's like out of your comfort zone, it almost like makes you feel a little bit insecure about your performance at that time, and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle that. So you kind of just like settle in.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the athlete. But for Allie, she's very enduring, but we know that her gymnastics will kind of blow up in a workout like this. So for me, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, Allie, go fast in the lunge, which she's really good at. Even if she doesn't train the lunge, she can move quickly. And the power cleans for her, I'll talk about in this next set. They're not great as far as technique goes, but that's also something that she can do relatively quickly. So I just told her, hey, go hot, and then let's see if you can beat your last score, which is the nice thing about these tests, right? Like, we have a score, or at least most people did this at some point, right? Yeah. So you know what you have to beat. And some people aren't going to beat it when we retest this, but most people that have been training for it probably will, or at least have a chance to.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I was thinking about when I saw this workout come up, and when I saw that you'd put it in the design as one of like the retests. Was this was done 3 years ago, and when this workout came out, no one had, I'm saying we'd never done them, but most people were not doing dumbbells in workouts like this in this format.
This was the year of the dumbbell.
Yeah, we were super new. I remember trying to figure out like how to lunge with dumbbells, and that was like one of the hardest parts of the workout. Was like, how do I do this comfortably? So 3 years later, we do dumbbell work all the time now. So I think that just like that movement in general will just feel a lot easier this time around.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to point out, both of them did this extremely well. You see they both broke them into 4s on the toes to bar, and their rest breaks were anywhere from 2 to 3 seconds for the first round, and then maybe 3 to 4 for the second. That's what we always talk about. Like, there's no such thing as overpacing as far as coming up with a strategy for how many reps to do. It's all about how long you're resting, and both of them did an excellent job with that.
Yeah. What do you? What strategy do you guys like in terms of holding the dumbbell for the lunges?
So when I first did this workout, I did it like Allie.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier on your shoulders, but I find it really hard to breathe in that position.
Me
and
too.
then now, anytime there's dumbbell workouts, I do it the way that Brandy does it.
Yeah.
And I like that position better.
Yeah, I like it too. The way Allie's holding it, I don't have like the elbow flexion to do that. Like, it closes off my bicep and actually makes my arms blow up doing that, like trying to hold the dumbbells.
I feel the same thing. It's almost like the blood can't get into the forearms.
And I remember having like a mayday moment the first time I did the workout, because I was like, oh, I figured it out. This is the easy way to let it rest. And then I got back to the bar and was like, oh
my God, what's going on?
Arms.
Yeah, but Mike, you do a good job. You don't cross them necessarily like
I don't
Brandy.
think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
I talked to her after the workout because I saw her and I was like, you got it, babe. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, she figured out a new strategy. And then I was like, maybe she's struggling. I don't know. She said, yeah, it was just a struggle.
But you set them on your traps and they kind of like rest up against the back of your head.
Yeah.
It looks very comfortable for you. I've had a hard time doing that, but that's definitely the way to do it if you can.
Yeah, so after this year, this workout, I mean, I'm not the one doing the workout, but I spent a lot of time practicing the transition from ground to getting the dumbbells up to your shoulder, because you can waste a lot of time trying to get it set that way if you're not comfortable with it. So it's kind of a skill that you need to practice.
Yeah. So this is the part of the workout I think both of these ladies said was going to be the hardest, right? Because, well, Brandy's just getting back into training. Oh, goodness. Mike's going to disappear for a second. Brandy, how long has she been training now? Postpartum? Like
10 months.
Legit training, though. Maybe 5 months, 4
Yeah,
months?
yeah.
So she hasn't done a ton of bar muscle up volume. Allie's training right now. She just got a new job. She's working way more than ever before, but she's crushing her training, but her sessions now are an hour to 90 minutes instead of that 3 hour or 2 sessions each day. So they both came into this saying, we know that we can still attack the simple movements, the lunges, the power cleans, even the toes to the bar, but we have to come up with strategies for the bar muscle ups. And I think even for those that are trained, this is the movement that's going to separate the field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, if you look at what's 12-minute AMRAP and their splits on the bar muscle ups are around 2.5 minutes long, like, and you're doing 2 sets of that, like, that's a large chunk of the workout.
Yeah. So in the design right now, they've been doing progressions for this workout. And one of the things that we've tried to do is like, hey, you're going to do more than 50 feet. Maybe it's 100 feet of walking lunges into a big set of bar muscle ups to get the feel of what that's like. But even in those sessions, I think the thing that most people should think about when they do this is break the bar muscle ups early and often. But again, keep your rest breaks or your total rest time as low as possible. So in other words, maybe it is one big set, maybe a big set's 4 or 6 or 8, and then it's sets of 2 or sets of 4 or something like that that allows you to get back on the bar quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching 2 female athletes demo this, so for the majority of the field, it's going to be limited by their bar muscle up capacity. Like on the men's side, they just tend to be a little bit better at this high volume bar muscle up. So like training would look a little bit different. I think that I would probably spend more time doing like fast, aggressive sets, getting their heart rate up really high, and then having them push the pace on the bar muscle up.
So Allie held 2s for most of it, except for there was one where she tried to regrip at the top, which you can't do in this workout. It's very specific in the standards, so she had to come down and do another single. Brandy, I believe, holds 2s the whole time, and even though Brandy got there later, they had about the same split here, correct?
Yeah, so it was, Allie did her 16 bar muscle ups in 2:23, and Brandy was 2:33. So I mean, that's basically neck and neck. I mean, the difference in maybe one transition coming down.
Yep. I still think, I mean, obviously that's 10 seconds there, but a lot of the time is lost right now with Brandy on her lunging. And historically, after watching her, especially on 17.2 when she did this the first time, she had a really good score in the world. Her lunging was really, really strong.
Yeah, she was really good.
She's still kind of retraining some of these movements.
Yeah, her lunging has still looked pretty good, but that I think was a big difference for her then. I mean, she was an excellent. I mean, I can remember some of the regional workouts you guys did as a team, and she'd be waiting on everybody.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, Allie started with the step through, and then by now she's already doing the feet together, which I think just happens. A strategy I like to use when I feel like I can't step all the way through anymore is to do like a partial step up. And instead of meeting in the middle, my foot is still behind my center foot, and I almost like push off to keep my momentum forward a little. And that it's not as fast as a step through, but it's faster than the pause at the top. So.
Is that kind of what Brandy's doing with her right leg? No, never mind. That was different.
But that's a nice pause.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that you can't like wait at the top. It's got to be like almost like a brush. You know, you touch your foot there like Brandy's doing, and then go right into the next step.
Yeah, she's got the funky crisscross hole going right now.
So Allie opened with 4
later.
on this set, which is pretty interesting because when she got close to the end of her last set, she was chicken winging singles pretty bad, and her first 4 looked really strong. So just that little bit of rest and the lunge and the dumbbell gave her a lot.
She told me after the workout, she said, I wish I would have started with anywhere from 4 to 6 on the first set and then done well, she did 4 on that second set. She feels better, and part of this is just her technique is a little sloppy right now. Again, she's not doing a ton of this. She feels better after she does her first rep. So for her, she's like, I can string together 4 to 6 and then go to 2s and be okay, as opposed to like that first rep is always the hardest for her.
Yeah, I remember the first time I did this, I did big sets on bar muscle ups, and then the next time when I redid it, I did small sets all the way through and actually felt a lot better that way. So I think it's kind of person dependent. Like I was saying on the guy side, for me personally, this workout felt like pure breathing, kind of like central limiter, and I was like, whatever I can do to break things up to like just keep me moving and limit the transition times.
Yeah, some of the top male splits on the bar muscle ups were, you know, anywhere from 50 to 1:20. So they're basically cutting it in half. Yeah. But I would say that, you know, for most females, they're probably 230 to 330 for good females. So they're still doing relatively well here. But the best in the world, they're cutting that down by another 45 seconds or so.
Yep. So Allie's split time on that was about, 12 seconds, 15 seconds slower. But with a pretty big transition time before that too. So still trying to grind through it. And I mean, this set, this is where the workout's just really painful.
Yeah, this is if you go into small sets with the bar muscle ups, the advantage you have is not having that long transition. So what we mean by that is going from the lunge into the bar muscle up. For Allie on that set, it was a 25-second transition before she started her bar muscle ups. So if as a coach, what I'm looking at is if we did video review, Allie, go straight into the bar muscle ups and do a set of 2, then take a little bit longer break, and then maybe try that set of 4 because she felt more comfortable doing one big set. That may be a better strategy, although it feels funny or weird because you're doing one small set into a big set.
Brandy's bar muscle ups, her connection and kipping up and over the bar looks a lot better than what it has in the last few weeks. Mia, would you have anything to do with that?
Oh, maybe. No, I'm not going to take credit for it. We did like a 5-minute, hey, I think you should fall away from the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Brandy's very athletic and she learns things right away. But I think for both of them, Brandy's doing a better job of it. Allie, she lowers herself down and then drops straight down into her next bar muscle up when she's tired, and that makes that second kip not as fluent. So that's what I would say to her, is to work on falling away from the bar and falling into like an L position so that she's in a better position for her next rep.
Got it.
Yeah, those are definitely things that are just like easy skills to learn or practice. Maybe not learn, but to practice, especially for them. They've both been training for, 8-10 years now. So if they do have the time, then that's something that they both should be doing.
Yeah. Something with this workout too is like you have to be really conscious of the clock. So if you know that you're like in the bar muscle up set and you're at 30 seconds left, then you have to figure out a scramble way to get through like that last set of gymnastics. Yeah. Otherwise, like if you're focused on like holding the big sets that you had originally planned, like you just lose a lot of time, because like if you can finish and be on the lunge where you can kind of like sprint and just get those reps done with 30 seconds left, that's a huge advantage. So being like really conscious of that is important. I think something with bar muscle ups too, like I've tested out doing fast singles for time relative to doing quick doubles. And the fast singles can be really fast, but they're only good to me like at the end of a workout because they blow up your heart rate relative to stringing like doubles.
Yeah, I only like that when I just feel like I can't hold on into that second kip.
Yeah.
But singles are exhausting.
They're quick, and you can kind of like just get them done. You're not going to fail with your upper body, but man, they blow up your breathing.
Yeah, that's definitely a last set thing. It's almost like a strict handstand push-up where if you fail and you got to go to singles, you just try to get away with that for as long as you can at the end of the workout.
Final 10 seconds.
10 seconds. So Allie's on her power cleans. Brandy's going to finish this 25 feet. She's going to get another 5. Boom.
Nailed it.
Great job, ladies.
Hair tangled in the dumbbells. Awesome, ladies.
So we have Allie and Brandy's splits up on the screen just to decipher it a little bit for you guys. The black text is the time that it took for them to complete the movement, and then the white text is when they finished their transition. So you can follow that pattern all the way down. The columns to the right that show the 31 seconds and then 35 seconds for Brandy on the 16 toes to bar, that's the time it took for them to complete the toes to bar. So I did that math on all of the gymnastics movements going down. And then that 6 in parentheses, that's the transition time into the toes to bar. So you could look at it as really 37 seconds that it took to rest and complete the toes to bar. And you can see that for all toes to bar sets and all bar muscle up sets.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.